Yeah, it's good. So we live everywhere, gentlemen. Yeah, so you might wanna
Call it.
um do you want us to do the introduction first and call him, or you wanna?
You tell
Yeah,
me.
just call him. Yeah, just go ahead and call him. I hear it.
You hear it?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll just tell him what to do.
Yeah. Move the camera so we can see both of us. Yeah, that's good. As long as we are in the view, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? How you doing? Do you see us upside down?
Does he see you upside down?
No, it's good. I think
good.
you got the phone the other way. You can see us just fine? Okay, cool. Welcome. You're in the darkness, man. You can't be in the darkness, brother. All right. Can you see Simon? Yeah.
Hello, Apesi, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right, cool. You should be able to hear you, Simon.
Okay. Do you hear me okay now? Okay.
Okay. Take your time, brother. Take your time. So in the meantime, we want to welcome you, all the fans that are watching Simon. They're watching us live on YouTube.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and they can see you behind the scenes doing all your hard work on top of other hard work.
Exactly. We're trying to. Oh, I see Apesi very clearly now.
There we go.
Nice. It's much better now. But I think.
His connection is a little faded.
Yeah. It's Africa,
So the light is better, but not the.
Not the connection.
Do you want to just call him without video?
He's good now. Apesi, iko namna gani? Kwa hivyo saizi iko sawa.
So do you want to call him on the regular phone call? Or?
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, go ahead and just call him on the regular call, and so that way we can give him a little bit more time. We can sample some music in the meantime. In the meantime, why don't you introduce the music, Simon?
Greetings, everybody. This is a presentation by One Vibe Africa and Channel A TV. It's a special edition of Diaspora Connect, and today we want to talk about Fena Gitu's brand new album called Fena Unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
Fena Gitu is a Kenyan female artist that is really dope and is causing a lot of waves in
a lot of noise in Nairobi
industry. I've been following how she dropped the album, and some of the things she did, the details she put into it, differentiates her from a lot of artists in the industry, and that's part of what struck my interest in inviting her for this conversation. And we are lucky to have Apesi, who is an artist from Kisumu, to give us some of his ideas and what the industry currently looks like in Kenya, and what he thinks about Fena Gitu's recent album.
And that's good. It's all intentional because his music is different from Fena Gitu. So we wanted to see that beautiful blend of how artists support other artists and how they reason in comparison to what music is. Music is a universal language. When you introduced me to Fena Gitu, I played her music and I fell in love with one of the tracks. And if you don't mind, I can play that track. It's the actual title track, Unleashed. It's pretty good. Yeah, she's very gifted. So while you're trying to sort out our brother here, we can watch him on video. But I think we know the motherland there. It's a little choppy when it comes to
connection.
Yeah, the connection.
That's true. That's true. So Apesi, we're just going to call you on regular WhatsApp call.
Yes.
And we are going to have the conversation that way in order for it to be consistent. I'll just hang up and call you in just a second. In the meantime, drop Unleash from Fena Gitu.
Perfect. Here we go. And this is a young lady all the way in Kenya. Super, super talented. We're going to play a track called Unleashed.
I tried to meditate, then things get complicated. I tried to medicate, on my knees, feel my body gravitate, get me back up on my feet, feel my soul, let me play.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Just very, very good music. My brother Apesi, are you live? Perfect, perfect. We can hear you much better now. And Simon is back here with us. And, thank you for tuning in. I know it's too early for you. Did you have your breakfast yet or not? Not yet. Okay, okay, perfect. It's all good. It's all good. So, Brother Simon, yeah, why don't you introduce Apesi real quick, and then we'll go back to music because I know everybody can't wait to hear that new music. I can't wait. But why don't you introduce Apesi real quick so people know what we have in the studio today?
Fantastic. So Apesi is like a younger brother of mine.
Yeah.
He's a well-known artist because of the group that he's been a part of for a long time.
Nice.
Called the CBK Music. Apesi, could you just tell us what CBK means? Hello, Apesi, can you hear me? Nice, nice, nice. So I was just trying to introduce you, that you're an artist from Kisumu that, we've worked with. Apesi was for a long time, vocal trainer for the kids at One Vibe in Kenya. And he's also a very gifted vocal trainer outside of being an artist.
Oh, really?
He travels teaching vocal classes.
That's good.
And he's been a part of the CBK Music, which is a bigger group, know. And he's also doing his own solo projects.
I see.
Right. So one of the things I appreciate about him is that he's always ready. Like I reached out to him and said, "Are you ready for an interview?"
He was born ready.
Yes, yes. So Apesi, how are you, my brother? Nice, 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 nice. So you're saying that currently you're solo? Yeah. Right, right. It's not easy to get anything done. Even starting a business, it takes a lot of hard work and sacrifice, and sometimes you go different directions.
Yeah.
And if it's something that was meant to be, it will come back, and you'll end up with the crew that you've always had. But individually, each one of you was a gifted artist and are still very gifted artists.
Correct.
And it's been a privilege working with you. And right now I'm curious about your views in regards to Fena Gitu as an artist, and also her new album, Unleashed by Fena Gitu. Fena Unleashed is the title of the album. Have you heard any songs from this album, Apesi? Right. Right.
Oh, is that what she did?
I saw that, yeah. Right.
Excellent, excellent. So we were just before you came on line, Apesi, we were just talking to the fans that are tuning in from all over the world. We have fans in Africa, fans in Europe, and fans right here in the United States. We were just about to sample the music, so stay put, my brother. I know it's too early for you. We're gonna just sample one of the title tracks of the album. And I know you've heard the music, but we have a lot of followers that are still trying to get to the new music. And this one particular title is actually called Unleashed, and this is the title track, right, Simon?
Yes, this is Unleashed is the title track for Fena Gitu's album.
Right. So we're gonna just sample that real quick. Stay put, Apesi, and right here at Channel ATV, you're watching Diaspora Connect, and here it is. You heard it here first.
Late nights that I could not sleep. I tried to meditate, and things get complicated. I tried to meditate, dance on my knees, feel my body gravitate, get me back up on my feet, feel my soul levitate. There's nothing in my way, nothing in my reach. Oh, I just wanna live free when I unleash. Lord, I wanna unleash the beat. I wanna get up out of my head, cause I'm running out of patience. And I wanna run my race. I wanna put it up and just let me say what I wanna say. Let me do what I wanna do. Yeah. I don't care what you think of me. Let me do me. Let me do me. Let me do me. Let me be myself. If you know what I know, you would be yourself. Just keep it simple and be yourself. You gotta go to baby, be yourself, yeah, and be myself, me, I wanna shine, let me excel, I want nobody but touch me, I'm well, and if they come test me, need them hell, let me need them hell, Holy Ghost fire, mother, flash upon your legs, I'm under, but suddenly down, nothing in my way, nothing in my reach, oh, yeah, I just wanna live free when I get to unleash. Lord, I wanna unleash the beat. I wanna get up out of my head, cause I'm running out of reach. Oh, I wanna run my race. I wanna put it up, yeah. Let me say what I wanna say. Let me do what I wanna do, yeah. I don't care what you think of me. Oh, let me do me. Let me do me. Oh, let me do me.
Welcome back, man. That's a hot track right there, my brother. Yeah, that is the song right there. When I played it, I was like, yeah, that's the one right there.
Yeah, unleash.
Unleash. And what I like about that is, we promote and celebrate our sisters.
Right.
So she's talking about, let me live my life, because for so long she felt like she was chained. It could be chains of affliction. It could be chains of the media, enclosing someone. It could be chains of anything that our beautiful ladies have to go through.
Right.
But she, and you can see by the picture, she brought the chains.
Right.
And so that that's a lot of meaning. That's a lot of meaning, and I like that. Yeah. So my brother Apesi, thank you for hanging in tight there. So walk us through, what are some of the things that you're doing right now? What are new projects coming up for you as an artist? Okay. Right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Correct. Correct. A tour. Okay. Okay. Nice. 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 In Kisumu. Mm-hmm. Correct. Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's true. For an artist like Fena, if you look at her style, just even her dressing code and how she shows up, she's come to take over. She wears a suit and she has a walking stick, a dope walking stick.
Yeah, she has the glasses. She definitely has the swag.
Yeah, and like in the Unleash tune that we were just talking about, she says she has come here to F the place.
Right. Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, well, okay, we ready. She's ready.
Yeah. So, Apesi, if you look at the Kenyan music industry and the African music scene, right now, Burna Boy is blowing up.
Mm-hmm. But shout out to Burna Boy, by the way.
Yeah,
that's our guy right there.
Yeah, man. And there are a lot of other African artists who are trying to get there, including yourself.
Yeah.
What do you think, is the main obstacle, for example, for artists like you or even Fena Gitu? What do you think is the obstacle, and how do you think people in the diaspora like me and Davies could create a bridge or become a resource for artists like you?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question. Right.
Right there, Apesi. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's true.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, my brother Apesi is a busy guy. It looks like he's getting a whole bunch of calls.
Right.
It could be some of the fans that are just walking up. They're like, "Oh my goodness, he's online. So let's call him. Let's distract him."
That's right. Apesi is, are you there? Okay, keep going. Mm.
Right. Fela Kuti, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Right.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer right there.
Davies, do you have any other tune that you'd like to play for
Absolutely.
Fena's album?
Absolutely.
I listen to Monday Blues.
Yeah, I listened to that too, but it was like, Monday blues for us means something. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're trying to get into the week and you get the blues and everything else. But it's a great song. And what I love about the album, it's so balanced across the board. One of the other track that I fell in love with was a track called Siri. You know, so I don't know which Siri she's talking about. Whether it's a Siri on the phone or a different Siri in Kenya. So let's take a.
Siri means secret.
Is that what it means?
Swahili, yeah.
Okay. So let's take a listen to that. Music is a universal language, so I had to love it without even understanding what it means. I'm like, I don't know what she's saying, but I love it. So here we go.
Okay, fantastic.
Kufanya makosa, ninafanya makosa, fikiri, nikadiri wawili yakaota, marafiki wataziliongea, marafiki wazidi kuombewa, Nobody has to know what we do. I was fooling around the beach, but you told me the food so sweet. I want to scream it out loud every time you take it down low. On the low, on the low.
Wow. Did you catch that, Simon?
I did.
On the Law from Banner Boy? Yeah, I was waiting for some of you guys to catch that. Man. So she sampled that from Banner Boy, which is exactly what Apesi was talking about. It's a blend of, different talents put together. So as soon as I listened to that track, I picked it up, but she's put so much flavor on it. It's just incredible to watch people just come out of their shells, and this young lady is definitely going places. Now, big question for you, Simon. When can we have her in the United States?
That's a question you should ask Anyiko or Anyiko PR, who connected me to Fena Gitu, and she was doing PR for this new album.
Right.
And I think Fena is supposed to drop a video, this week.
Okay.
I think it was supposed to be dropped a few days ago, so anytime now.
Okay.
But I don't know why it's so challenging for African good artists like Fena Gitu to tour the US.
Yeah, get the opportunity. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Recently I was also talking to another amazing traditional artist called I can't even recall his name right now. Apesi. Can you hear me? Macadam. I just remember his name. Yeah, Macadam. He plays in a TT.
Okay.
And even posted on his Facebook that he's trying to get an opportunity to travel and tour the US.
Yeah.
But maybe Apesi could explain to us, why, how we could get artists like him or Fena Gitu, and what the challenge is. He was describing that earlier, but it's just better to get a better, response now. Like, what is the challenge and how can we overcome it?
Right.
Because, right now it's about unity, collaborating, and figuring out what is the obstacle and how can we find a solution.
Right.
If it's getting a booking agent, how can we help her, someone like Fena get those opportunities. So Apesi, tell us what you hear other artists in Africa saying is their challenge to tour the US. It's not many artists that we know that do things like that. Right.
Yeah, yeah, you're so right. You're so right. And I think I'm a big fan of the narrative that's being pushed out there for Africa specifically. Breaking down the borders, because for so long, Africa's been challenged by the barriers that were created by other people for us. Now, knowing what we know now, the biggest challenge that we have is the fact that we're enclosed as countries. Right. Kenya is enclosed from just a neighboring country. Right. The neighboring country just enclosed from the other country. So imagine if there was free movement of people. That means free movement of resources, right. Free movement of trade, free movement of anything that you can think about, and that promotes people discovering different things. Because like Apesi said, there are artists that are so talented, but they don't have the resources that can expose them to the rest of the world. Right. And then also
including even the internet. Yeah. Like a place like Kisumu, yeah. It's a privilege to have like good internet.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm so glad we're talking to Apesi right now. Right. You saw how much of a challenge it has. Right. And when you live in the United States, those are some of the things that we take for granted, because you just assume that wherever I am, there's internet. You just log in and everything is fine. Right. But we have to remember where we come from, which is what can we do? So even for us, we have a great responsibility. What can we do? Because development is not just on technology. Right. It's also empowering women, empowering artists, empowering kids, empowering whichever demographic you can think about. So music, which is the universal language, imagine what that could do if now we have a little bit of collaborations from Nigeria to Kenya. Yeah, so did this track with Burna Boy before, and right. They're connecting with different Chirwa Savage.
Right. I just saw Manifest from Ghana just did a collab with Burna Boy as well.
Exactly. So imagine what that means for us to, create an opportunity for Apesi, for example. We have the power, we have the ability to connect them with artists from other countries. Like, for example, in Zambia, I know a whole bunch of artists that I can just call at snap of a finger. Right. But I have to be in a position where you connect me to a person like Apesi. Right. And then we create an opportunity for him.
So you've worked with a lot of artists, that African artists, including Bobby Wine, who was here recently.
Yes.
What have they been telling you that their challenge to make it to tour the US has been? And also you've been on BET,
right,
and platforms like that.
Yeah.
How can more African artists access those platforms?
It's relationships. It's building relationships. Apesi, you may not know this, but I know so many people from Kenya. People are talented. I'll start from like my brother Eric Omondi. Mm-hmm. I've had a relationship with him over the years, and when he came here, every time he's here, I look for opportunities. How can I help? Without really expecting anything back from him. You see what I'm saying? Through him, I met Chipukizi, I met YY. Now those guys, they're able to call me directly from Kenya. You see what I'm saying? I ended up going with Chipukizi and YY, including DJ. Oh man, how can I forget? Who was the dopest DJ in Kenya? My brother Apesi. I don't want to put you on a blast. Who's the most popular DJ? He was here touring in the United States. Kalonji. See, I remember. Yeah. So even him, we were all together in Los Angeles. And that's just a small portion of some of the things that we did together, right? But imagine how far that goes, right. But also the brothers that are coming from the continent, they have a responsibility to know and take advantage of the opportunities that are created for them. Right. Because the moment you are put in that position, you need to take that opportunity and run with it. Right. Don't expect everything to be created for you. Use your content, use the environment that you are in to create the networking. This is just African music we're talking about, right? But Simon, there's so many African American artists that I've worked with that I can connect them to people that have created platforms for themselves. But I'm not going to show up saying work with Apesi if Apesi does not even have a YouTube channel. You know what I mean?
It's true.
You see?
It's true. And Apesi knows that
Yeah.
my belief is, we build the foundation before you start asking people to add for you the bricks and the cement to add, to build the wall,
Absolutely.
So for me, I'm all about that, building the foundation and doing the work,
Right.
And, you spoke about African American artists.
Correct.
And, just like we're talking about African artists coming to the US, there are so many artists here who are dying to go to Africa. And I think the problem is very similar. The problem is very similar.
Right.
Anyhow, do you want to just play one more tune from Fena Gitu, because this edition is really honoring her and her new project?
Yeah.
Just play one of her other tunes.
Absolutely.
Any of her tunes in the new album? Do you want to pick one of her tunes for us to play it really quick? Apesi. We played Siri and
yeah. Oh, see, so I got lucky, man.
Yeah, you picked the right ones.
But I lined up one called, don't make fun of my Swahili, it's called Kaende. I don't know what that means. Yeah. So
I love listening to Fena Gitu singing, actually.
Yes.
She has a really good singing voice, but she raps as well.
And that's what I noticed. And in this country, on this side of the continent, we describe that as neo soul. So even when I read the bio, because that's how I interpreted it in my head. And when I read the bio, she talks about that a music is classified like a crossover between neo soul and soul music. So that's where that comes from. That passion from, it's coming from a certain place in the heart, and you can hear it expressed in music. So here we go. Kaende is one of the tracks that I'm gonna randomly play. Here we go. Take a listen.
Fantastic.
I want this night to last forever. I want to go on and on, on and on, on and on. You don't know how to dance, and I got two left feet, but just take my hand, follow my lead, we might skip a few steps, but we still on beat. Ooh, you know I got the rhythm, I know you like my rhythm, dance to the guitar. And dance to my rhythm. One in a million, a billion, a moon, a billion, and I need to see a home. When you feel it, call it Naila. When you want to not hear my heart is beating, and your heart is beating. Dance to the rhythm. Let's dance to the rhythm. It's just you and me on the floor. Leaving up the ride. DJ playing some more. Oh, one night to remember. Yeah. Till the dawn breaks. Till we see another day. Baby, know I got the rhythm. I know you like the rhythm.
Wow,
that's a beautiful song. I'm just looking at Fena Gitu's Twitter account, and the day that she dropped this album, her mother was on stage with her.
Really?
Yeah, and that's something that just brought me to a place where I wanted to talk to Apesi a little bit about the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Apesi, with your craft. Can you hear me, Apesi? I think he's busy again.
They're calling him, man. Like, what are you doing going live without us?
I know.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Apesi, so I was just, we listened to... I know.
Well, that's a good thing. You
I
have
think
to look
it's
at it
the
like
girls that are calling Apesi.
The girls, the girls. It comes with the territory, So I understand Apesi. I understand.
So, yes. Right.
Mm.
Right. Right.
A lawyer, yeah.
Right. 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 Are you there, Apesi? Right. Okay. Right. Hello. Keep going, Apesi. Right. Right.
Yeah, things are changing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's incredible, man. That's an incredible answer.
Right.
I wanted just that while he was talking, I thought about something.
Mm.
Simon, you met my friend Akode.
Right.
Shout out to Akode out there. She
was just
she
in
was here.
Kisumu, you know.
She was in Kisumu?
Yeah, and that's where Apesi is calling from.
Ah, interesting. Because I was watching her Instagram, and shout out to my friend Akode. She was. I saw a whole bunch of men trying to reach to her, and I don't know what the commotion was all about, but
Yeah.
they were people were trying to get into, check out her Instagram, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. It was like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
They were trying to get to her. Then the security was stopping the crowd,
Mm.
but she wanted to be with the people. She
Mm.
loves the people,
Mm.
and I just thought about what Apesi was talking about, because she's a mother, we know that, and look
Right.
at how much she's empowering her own kids.
Right.
And when you have a mother like that, you're definitely destined for success.
Right. It's true.
And so that is a strong foundation that Africa needs,
Right.
for our parents to allow the kids freely to make their own choices. Because when you make your own choice, whether you choose craft, hey, support the child, and then you're gonna get the best out of that. Because most people think, oh, when you're a lawyer or you're a doctor or you're a teacher, that's where you find the true happiness. But life is not like that anymore.
Right.
So that's a very good analogy, Apesi, there. So Simon, for you,
Right.
you've been here quite a while in the United States. From your perspective, what can you do to empower some of these artists, such as Apesi, that are looking for opportunity? They're ready. You gave him a call, 7 o'clock, he picked up the phone. So to me, that speaks volume. So what can you and I do to empower them?
Most of the work is in the person that wants the opportunity.
Right, right.
So, for example, what we are currently recording
Yeah.
with Apesi,
Right.
it could have been Fena Gitu we are talking to.
Right.
But now, who knows who is going to watch it?
Right.
And where they will take it,
Correct.
So, they normally say that success is not always about the money.
Right.
And all the relationships you have. It's also luck.
Yeah.
And being in the right place at the right time.
You position yourself in the right place.
Yeah. So I think Apesi knows how to do that. And for me, One Vibe is the platform that I've created to empower artists from Africa and also artists from the African and African American community here in the US.
Correct.
Because with One Vibe, we organize events, we create content. Like currently, this is content that courtesy of Channel ATV and One Vibe, is going to be available for the people.
Absolutely.
So the number one thing is One Vibe.
Right.
It's a massive platform that is continuing to grow.
Yeah.
We have video production. Apesi has benefited from our video production. We can do music videos for artists in Kenya.
Yeah.
Here we also have the connections to do that. We have a recording studio. We can do, albums. We just did an album with Apesi's previous group, CBK Music.
Yeah.
And we have an entire institution we are building in Kenya, and we have the space.
Yeah.
We just need reliable artists. As an artist, you have to be reliable in order for people to work with you, and then you have to also build trust with people. You can be so amazing, but nobody trusts you.
No relationships.
You will not go anywhere. Unless you're very wealthy, you come from a wealthy family, you can be untrustworthy, and they'll buy your way to everything. But the other thing is, the work I can do and One Vibe can do is less than 50% of the work that the individual needs to do.
Correct.
I've seen over 1,500 youths benefit through our programs, and the ones that have asserted themselves, they spring out of the crowd and they do their own things. And this is not only artists; it's even the staff that One Vibe works with in Kenya. It's even people that I know in the community. So it's really the people who are ready are the ones that are going to make it. So that's how I'm empowering people. And I'm also availing myself as a resource. I can advise, and my time is also valuable now because I run One Vibe. I have 3 kids, and I have a lot of other things I'm doing. So you have to really prove why you need my time.
Right.
And once I give you that time, how you use the ideas I give you and the resources I connect you with also shows me whether I should give you more time in the future or not.
Correct.
So that's really how I am trying to empower young people and artists. Calling Apesi, I could have easily called an artist here in Seattle to come in studio instead of us calling somebody in Africa.
Yeah.
But this is a platform that someone like Apesi needs to
Can
be
benefit
on.
from.
That this is a perfect example of the empowerment.
That's good. That's very good. Apesi, which artist, if given the right circumstances and the opportunity, which artist would you like to collaborate with? Let's start with Kenya first. Okay. Okay. Burna Boy.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
You know, Apesi, I'm gonna share something with you. Last year, you guys watch BET Awards back home, and you keep up with, they keep up with everything that's going on.
Right.
I've been doing that for the last 4 years.
You've been going to BET Awards.
I've been going to BET Awards for the last 4 years, and most people didn't know that many years going back until like 2 years ago, when an African artist won an award, or even just an international artist won an award, you could not come on stage to receive your award.
I remember the conflict that
Wizkid.
Wizkid.
Correct. Davies was the first one to actually go on stage to receive it on stage, and
that's totally unacceptable.
It's just it was horrible. So I say this to say that's the past, but now borders are opening up because people are realizing Afrobeats and African music or international music in general is needed for the masses to consume.
Right.
And so Burna Boy is one of the beneficiaries of what was started 3 years ago. Wizkid was the first one to boycott the BET Awards because of that. And then it was Davido. So when I saw Davido getting it the first time, first of all, this was crazy because we're sitting around and stuff like that. I'm filming, and then the next thing I know, I just hear Davido's song, and every African there went crazy. And people are looking at us like, what's wrong? We just literally went crazy because I knew that was the beginning of the change. The next year, which is this year, it was Burna Boy. And Burna Boy came with a whole different swag. When I saw him, when I met him the first time, he walked in with a pajama looking, outfit. I'm like, what is this guy doing? But he stood out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He stood out.
He stands out
So
everywhere he goes.
absolutely. So it's finding your identity. So Apesi, I commend you for just reaching, shooting for the highest, as high as he wants to go, because he knows what he's looking for.
Right.
So that's not far-fetched. You can do a song with Burna Boy. You can do a song with anybody. Because the talent is already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's just about creating the opportunity, the right opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. And if you aim for the moon, you might fall
on the star.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
least,
Exactly.
accidentally land on the star. So that's good, man. I want to just encourage you in closing, Apesi, that this is not just a question of sitting down and we're just talking. We preach, we practice what we preach, so to speak. We have the resources, but the resources we have, somebody has to be packaged right. I'm not going to go call Sean Paul and say, I have a brother in Kenya or in Zambia who's trying to do a song with you. The first thing he's going to ask me, send me all the information.
The links.
And then I'm stuck.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So our brothers and sisters on the continent, they also need to continue packaging themselves so that they allow us to create those links, with the right resources.
Right.
So, yeah. So just continue on that path, man. So in closing, Simon, what do you have to say to my brother Apesi? And we thank you for being so kind and so humble. Chewing all your what do they call the data for back home, the data for your phone.
Yeah, it's called bandwidth.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're chewing up his bandwidth, but he knows how important this moment is.
Yes.
So in closing, what would you like to say to both Apesi and even our sister who just dropped a wonderful album?
So first to Fena Gitu, congratulations,
Right.
and thank you, Aniko, for linking us up with Fena Gitu. Second, Apesi, thank you for making the time on short notice.
Right.
And I really wish you the best as you go on your working with for years, and remember that, every experience is a valuable experience. Everything that you learned while you're with the CBK is going to push you even further. With that, I just want to tell our viewers to follow, Apesi on social media platforms. Follow Fena Gitu and learn about her new album. I just looked it up on Amazon, and I could not play it for some reason on Amazon Music, but it's there.
Okay.
So you can play it on all streaming platforms. But subscribe to One Vibe TV and find the link, and this conversation is there now.
Absolutely.
I also want to say thank you to you, my brother Davies, Chirwa, and Channel A TV.
It's a pleasure, bro.
Yes, and to all our viewers, every Tuesday at 9 o'clock Seattle Pacific Standard Time and 8 a.m. East African Time, we will be having this special edition of Diaspora Connect.
Yeah.
To just share what has been going on that week, and to bring in people like Apesi,
absolutely,
bring voices from the continent, and that includes Jamaica and other places,
absolutely,
into this room.
Yeah, and Apesi, so we are all about linking people. Prior to this recording, we had a brother who called from South Africa, right?
That's
A Zambian guy based in South Africa. They just launched a magazine, and again, since we have relationships, maybe we should have Apesi be, when he's completed with his project, they should feature his story.
Well, even now, just a bio and picture and what he's up to. Q&A,
absolutely, absolutely. So you're gonna hook it up, get the content, and I'll do my part, and then the next thing you know, boom, he's trending in South Africa and in Zambia. So, and Apesi, it's a pleasure talking to you, my brother. I hope one of these days, God willing, we'll get to see you. Kenya is not too far from Seattle. So we get to see you, and pass our regards to all our brothers and sisters on the continent there, specifically in Kenya and in Kisumu, where you are. Do research, find out which artists you love to work with in Zambia, and I'll connect you by the grace of God. And it's a pleasure talking to you. And Simon, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Of course.
In closing, Apesi, we'll give you the opportunity. Why don't you say any last words for you, please? Mm. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
You're welcome, my brother. You know, Simon, it's a pleasure having you in the studio.
Thank you.
And in closing, we want to thank Fena Gitu for just showing the talent with the world. So in closing, I'm gonna play my favorite song. Is that okay? Is that okay with you, Simon?
That's
Because I not played it before, but
I know it's Unleashed. Huh?
it's Unleashed, man. You know that? All
Thank
right.
you, Apesi. Have a nice day, man.
Here we go.
Many nights that I could not sleep. I tried to meditate, and things get complicated. I tried to medicate, dance on my knees, feel my body gravitate, get me back up on my feet, feel my soul levitate, dance, nothing in my way, nothing in my reach. Oh, I just wanna live free when I get to unleash. Lord, I wanna unleash the beat. I wanna get up out of my best friend, cause I'm running out of patience. And I wanna run my race. I wanna put it up and just let me say what I wanna say. Let me do what I wanna do. Yeah. I don't care what you think of me.
All right, brothers and sisters, thank you for tuning in Channel 8 TV podcast and also Diaspora Connect. Big shout out to One Vibe Africa for making this possible. Simon, thank you, my brother. You know, it's a pleasure working with you, and I'm looking forward to all these big opportunities coming our way.
Me too. Thank you so much. And tune in next Tuesday, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in the evening and 8 a.m. East African Time.
Excellent, excellent.
Have
God
a nice
bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.